On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on a naval base in Honolulu, Hawaii. This base was called Pearl Harbor. Over 2,000 soldiers and sailors were killed and another 1,000 wounded. Also, almost 20 naval vessels were destroyed, 8 of which were battleships. America was shaken by this attack, leaving President Franklin D. Roosevelt in a tough spot. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the day after, declared war on Japan. 2 months after Pearl Harbor, Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066. Executive Order 9066 ordered all Japanese Americans to evacuate the West Coast. 120,000 citizens, mostly Americans, were sent to one of 10 internment camps based on their location. These 10 camps were located in California, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, Wyoming, Colorado, and Arkansas. More than 2/3 of the Japanese who were interned were citizens of the United States. Camps were not in good condition. Houses were tar paper covered barracks and had no plumbing or heat. In the cold, inmates would cover up under as many blankets as they could. Food was rationed out and distributed at mess halls. Many people were forced to abandon their business, their homes, and in many cases their families, as some individuals were taken elsewhere and held again without trial for years. The Japanese Americans suffered severe economic losses, personal humiliation, and in some cases death due to this relocation. It took 20 years for the camp, after the camp was closed, for the government to begin reparations to Japanese Americans for property they had lost. Congress finally, in 1988, awarded a payment of $20,000 to each of the surviving internees. At this time, only 60,000 internees were still alive and citizens. Japanese American internment camps, the Crucible, and the House Un-American Activities Committee all have one thing in common: witch hunting. In all three, there was a party targeted, to some extent banished from society. In the Crucible, people were targeted for being witches. Most of the time, there was an event presented to the judges and it was considered true. This was due to the fact that they believed that one would not self-incriminate them, and the only person to tell the truth would be the convictor. A good example of this is when Betty says, "You drank the charm to Goody Proctor's wife. You drank the charm to kill Goody Proctor." HUAC was established in 1938, to investigate citizens with ties to the Nazis. This committee belonged to the U.S. House of Representatives. HUAC is today known as a term that has targeted suspected communists. This witch hunt targeted much of Hollywood due to the fame and publicity it would bring. Joseph McCarthy was a senator that formed this witch hunt. Today his actions are commonly called McCarthyism. HUAC operations continued until 1975. Japanese internment camps are considered a witch hunt due to the targeting against the Japanese American citizens of the West Coast. For all these reasons, HUAC and the Crucible and Japanese internment camps are all witch hunts.